Top of the day to you. We're doing it a little bit different today.
Yeah, well, we did a little bit different yesterday too. Yeah. We had Jane in from Australia, and then today throwing it on the lunch hour.
Keeping you on your toes.
That's right. Just to see who's committed to watching.
That's right. Who's our tribe? Who's our family?
Exactly. That's really what it's all about. So we're going to be talking a little bit about silent communication today, which is very cool because not only is it one of our programs, it's also something that is regularly used in the horse world because they are that prey animal. They aren't walking around all the time saying, "Hey, predators, I'm over here." They live more in a silent world. But what does that mean exactly? It means our body language. We got to be on point with body language. And in actual fact, that just goes with humans as well, because I think we've forgotten a little bit about body language in the last couple of years, right? So it needs to be relearned because it's starting to become a bit of a lost language. And that's just not a good thing.
No.
So let's go through our regular rigmarole, as we like to say. And very first and foremost is that hashtag
Holy jumpin' tuna fish.
Because if you hear something that kind of blows your mind, or maybe you want to learn more about it, or it intrigues you even, throw in that hashtag Holy jumpin' tuna fish, because then we know what you like to hear. The other piece is share, because sharing is in fact
caring.
That's right. Sharing is caring, everybody. And we like to care, right?
I like to care too. I just don't like to say.
I did say we.
Yeah,
I threw you in with it. Carrie likes to care too.
Of course I do.
So share this out, because really, if you're a person who works with horses, it's very valuable information to know about how the body language works with them. And even if you're a person that works with people, it's very important to know what is your body language portraying even to the outside world as well. So share it out. And then, of course, the lovely hashtag of we are life changers.
Not just life changer.
You, your dogs, our horses. Everybody out there has the opportunity to affect and change a life every single day that we live and breathe. And kindness, we have decided, has a lot to do with this.
That's at the top of the list in being a life changer.
And I love that saying.
Don't
you can be anything, be kind.
I like that too. That's lovely.
Kind. Kindness is lovely.
Yes.
Of course, whoa. My brain just shut down in that moment. Did you see it? Of course. If you are watching today, throw in who you are and where you're from, just so we can give you a shout out. And feel free to ask questions as we go through as well, because we always love those.
I love questions.
And if you are catching us on replay, throw in that replay too, so we can come back and say hello to you as well. Now, even before we get started, look what I did here today.
Yeah, because we forget.
We do. We regularly forget to tell you people who we are. So my name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing, as well as an instructor and facilitator for the Equine Connection, the Academy of Equine Assisted Learning, Inc.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Fulneck, the founder and master instructor of the Equine Connection, helping people globally around the world do what we do, living the most purposeful, fulfilling, destined-filled life on earth, because you get to work with horses every day. You get to keep their welfare at the foundation of everything we do. You get to help humans to be empowered to move forward, because they are learning life skills to be able to do that, all while allowing the horse to literally be a teacher. And the bonus on top of all of that is you get to make a living with money. Because somehow we need to be able to do that.
That's exactly right. And hello, I was going to say good morning, but good afternoon here to Rhonda. Good to see you on.
Ayla.
And Ayla.
Very good.
Poor Ayla. So I know a kid, spelt the same way, but it's Ayla. So it really messes with my brain. So I apologize for every time that I have said it wrong. Ayla.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it just happens. I'm sorry. So this body language thing. You know, I put it in the actual description of the live about how much is actually communicated through body language. I think it said like 70 to 93%, which is crazy when you think about it, because words matter, they do. But at the end of the day, if you aren't portraying with your whole self a confidence, a leadership role,
intention.
Yeah, it changes the whole thought process or how somebody regards you and what you're saying. It changes your words, right? And actions are stronger than words. We have to remember that piece too. So body language is really, really key when dealing with people, and especially when dealing with horses as well.
You bet. And I know for the one program, this is actually one of our, I always say it's one of our favorites. All of them are our favorites, but the silent communication, when we literally run it, it is a very peaceful time, especially for our horses. And I always ask that question. So how do you think the horses are going to respond without us humans literally doing voice. And it surprises them how powerful it is, because horses, they come down, their heads are low because they're really being authentic, the humans, to trying to show their body language.
And focusing on what it means. Yeah.
Like they literally are kind of like doing charades in the actual program to help. But oh man, do the horses love it. And usually when they're done, it's like, oh, that was kind of spiritual. Like it just feels.
What did that kid say that one time?
Oh, she just couldn't believe how spiritual it felt to her.
It's
But
zen-y.
so many people, and Zen, we can get that a lot too. But it's pretty powerful because we as humans are forgetting to really understand, if we're wanting to accomplish something, we have to put the intention in these brains of ours that do work. Absolutely. But we have to put it into our gut feel as well. So we're thinking, we're feeling, we're doing. And when we're thinking, feeling, and doing, it represents what our body is going to say to the human, and most especially to the horse. If you're having any kind of horse issues, you know, one thing we always say, it's never about the horse.
Yeah.
It really isn't. And I know people will argue it till the cows come home, until they're doing it and living it in those moments as we're facilitating. But it is, the horse is the good piece of everything. They're just feelers.
And they can just be a horse.
They're just being a horse, because that's all they can do is think, act, and respond like a horse. They cannot do anything else. We as humans put so much in our intention, confuse them with our body language, which way you want them to go. You want them to stand while you saddle, all of these things. It's us who are making the horses do something, because we're putting them in a place that does not feel safe, because we as the human are not representing the language that the horse is needing and requiring to get to that safe place.
Even from a physiological level, when you are hunched over, which if you guys are at a computer a lot, sometimes that hunch happens, right? Or if we're looking down at our phones, we're actually not letting everything flow through our body.
Oh, wow, that was weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to me today. But we're not actually letting everything flow through our body as it should. So it's like kind of a king toes when we are not standing with our shoulders back, our chest out.
Girls out.
Girls
and
out.
Guys, that would be called chesticles
That's what
out.
we like to call them, yes, because it really does allow your body to do what it's supposed to do when we are standing up straight and doing that. That's what we're properly meant to stand like. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And the same goes with horses. If you go into, well, we even had a group yesterday, and he was a lawyer, I believe, or a paralegal, one or the other, and he was trying to get Disco to move, and come here, Disco, come here, Disco. Now, his voice, to start with, you can be as quiet, you cannot even say a word with a horse, and it still works, but his body language matched his voice. It was very like, you know, kind of hunched over and like, please. Where then all of a sudden he straightened up when we said, well, is this how you talk to your employees? And he straightened up and said, okay, let's go, Disco. And Disco moved, right? It changes the whole intention. Really, again, it comes back to that of everything that we're doing.
It really does. And the power in what we have as humans is outrageous, but we as humans forget how to use that, because we live so much here that we sometimes put that onto our horses, and we're forgetting what it is that they need. And that's why I think this program is so powerful, because it really, we're living it. We're experientially learning through how our body is moving is going to actually represent us in the real world. Because if we can keep a 1,200-pound horse feeling safe just because we've adjusted our body that matches our intention and our feel, oh my goodness, like what can't you do in this world? And it truly is, we just get in a habit of, even yesterday, now, not that we were doing silent communication yesterday, but we were doing a program, which is building relationship, absolutely, starting the journey. But this one fellow, oh shoot, no, this is what happens to me now. She's having the hiccup, weird things. All this thought was there, and then it goes bing. It's like, gone.
Like a bubble that bursts.
Yes, it was this.
I'll say hi to Lisa. Hi, Lisa, while you're thinking about that.
Yeah. Silent communication.
Do you know which one?
Oh, shoot.
Roxy.
It was super powerful, super powerful, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something you
We
don't
just
need to
see
hear
so many
today.
powerful moments. It's hard
Right?
to discern.
But it was so powerful for this person yesterday. And it was when he adjusted his body language, the change for the horse as well. But I'm sorry, I can't remember. So I guess it's not important.
But even with Roxy yesterday, see, this is just off of one day. But even with Roxy yesterday, she was slow going, man. Like she was not moving far. But again, okay, is this a horse thing or is this a person thing? And at one point or another, you kind of have to check, right? When she constantly was just moving like 3 steps and then stop, and then 3 steps and then stop. And then, so what happened from there is they actually got to, they actually were able to go and work with Roxy in a bit of a different way, because Carrie said, okay, well, let me take Roxy for a walk. Let's see if the car is broken down, kind of thing. So Carrie grabbed the lead, and right away, Roxy moved immediately. So it was phenomenal for the guys to even see, okay, so it's not the horse. Something has to change within us. Once they figured that piece out, oh my gosh, did it ever change? Because then they went to, okay, how do I normally center myself? And one guy said, I work out. So instead of just, like sauntering around and like slope shoulders and being frustrated, he actually got up to, okay, so I like to work out. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a jog with her. Sure as shit. Now I did say it. It came out anyway. Then Roxy moved for him. So it was really, he had to adjust himself to be a better intention but have that body language in something he was confident in, rather than something that he wasn't confident in, which was moving Roxy forward as well. Lisa, doing the programs with my son, his confidence is low, and I want, as his mom, to tell him why he can't move the horse. It's so interesting how body language speaks so loudly, but they have to figure it out. I'm struggling with how not to teach. It's very hard not to teach.
Lisa, and especially with your own child.
Yeah.
Because of course we're moms, we're dads, like they don't listen to us the same way, but they're going to listen to the horse, right? So that really is difficult. I like that though, because that will be challenging, because I would keep throwing it back to your son. So what does the horse need right now?
That's what I was
he's asking you to do. What is it that he requires? And of course, what's the number one thing he needs to feel? And he's going to tell you safe.
Yeah.
So it could be really cool for him figuring it out just because of the horse.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. And like I go to the empathetic side, because they may not feel it for themselves right away, but they can get it out for the horse. And always remember, a horse is never a bully.
No.
A horse isn't going to do something like that just because they've decided that they're not going to do it for you. They will, however, know what you're capable of and ask you for it.
Yeah.
So I always like to say to our clients too, we both do, that it's the greatest compliment, in my opinion, ever when they challenge you, because that just means that they know you have more.
It's so sweet in our arena sometimes, we're always saying about, where's your eyes? Where's your eyes? And I just heard this. I love this line, and now I'm really incorporating it. But horses will go where your eyes go. Cars go where your eyes go. So it's all that same idea. Where are you going in life? Because your eyes are going to take you there.
Yeah.
But you got to look in the direction you're going. Yesterday was so powerful with that, because of course then they adjust. Yeah, where's my eyes going? Then my horse will follow. But sometimes these men,
big burly dudes. Yeah.
Burly. That's the word I was thinking. They're walking along so, timidly. And I always say, so buddy, is that the way you walk around life? Well, no. Well, what you doing?
Yeah, they're
walk like you mean it, man.
But you're going somewhere, aren't you?
And then they start walking. They're, but we didn't want to pull too hard. Well, again, what's the number one thing a horse needs to feel? And see, they start understanding that they've got the power inside. All they got to do is let it out, because the horse wants to follow a leader. Otherwise, they have to take it for themselves, because again, if you're not going to keep a horse safe, they have to do it themselves, because they're not going to be put in a position that they are unsafe.
It's almost like, and this is a verbal piece too, but it happens with body language as well. But it's almost like, when you're talking in a group of people and one person starts to whisper all of a sudden, have you ever noticed everybody else starts to whisper too, and everybody kind of comes in and the whole vibe of everything changes? It's the same thing when you're putting your body language out there. If you're walking with a whisper, it's a little bit different, and everybody starts to walk with a whisper, right? Whereas if you are actually like, out loud, shoulders back, chest out, whatever it takes, that's a whole lot different than a whisper. And they feel those pieces too, because if you are confident in where you're going, they will follow you to the ends of the earth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with, well, no, that still had to do with body language.
Yeah, everything is body language.
Yeah,
And
it really
again,
is.
it's just really sad. We've got all these phones and we've got so much technology. We're actually taking the gift, what humans have, the power that humans have, away from them, because we're saying, watch this, do this. I remember even when my girls, they were 14 at the time, when they were allowed to even have a phone. And I was getting into a habit of texting them to come up for supper. And then it hit me powerfully strong that, what the heck are you doing, Carrie? Use your freaking voice, because your voice actually is way stronger when you stand up versus texting on a phone.
Yeah.
And it's supper time, girls. And I got out of the habit of texting them. I'm like, we live in the same house. What am I doing?
Right? But it seems like it's just, you just do it, right? Like I actually started doing that with Cass too, and we have a rule now: you don't text each other in the house. There's no reason when you live in, you get off your bottom and you go walk. Well, because I'm not a.
And we're not in mansions, though. We don't live in mansions.
Although
like they can hear us.
Stairs, it's ridiculous. But still, get off your bottom and actually go to have eye contact with another human being and use your words. Right?
Yes.
Like, it's so bizarre.
It's habits we get into.
Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Yay, Jennifer, one of our facilitators too.
Yes, I have been loving doing these programs with my kids. It's interesting how my horses are responding to them, and it's really working for me to step back a bit and allow them to figure out, isn't it fun?
Isn't it so great seeing your child be empowered that he's making his or her own choices? Like, it's so exciting. Like, that's the gift we as parents give to our kids, is let them figure it out. Struggle it out. Because that's what they have to do, because that's what life is.
And when you see your kid actually do it and step up to those pieces, it's like, oh,
so proud.
They did hear something.
So proud.
Thank goodness. I've been talking for years, right? But it's very, very cool how those pieces can work with our kids. Absolutely. I love that you're doing that too, Jennifer. That's good for you.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah. Utilize the children.
So we hope this has helped a little, even in that awareness of what your body is actually bringing to your horse. And, you know, my thing always is, because of course the horses live here with me. I mean, you might think this too. I don't know. But anytime I'm approaching horses now, I am very clear. I live in that moment to say, how are you approaching? Because why are they backing away from you? Why are they wanting to move? What is it that you're not giving them to keep them at a place? And don't get me wrong, you have to do horsemanship 100%. Yeah. However, at the same time, because now we're connecting and understanding their culture, their language, it gives more of a communication between you and your horse now. So really do body checks with yourself. Mm-hmm. Is your intention, your feel, and your body matching what it is that you're bringing to the horse? Are you questioning? Are you doubting? Because remember, any of that stuff is going to go to your horse and it's going to say, it's not going to happen, right?
And are you present?
Yes.
Like, presence is a huge piece, because we are being pulled in 50,000 directions all the time. We've got the worries of the world. We've got this thing that has to be done. What's going to be on the table for dinner tonight? But are you present in that moment? Are you walking up to them thinking something else? Or are you walking up to them to be with them?
Yeah.
Because that's a huge difference. And if you think as a human, if someone was walking up to you for a reason other than to actually be with you or be in that moment with you, would you hang out?
I like that.
Right? Like, that's actually very cool.
That's a great parallel. I love that one. That's
first time that came out. See, I couldn't talk the rest of the time, but I got a goodie out of that.
Yeah, you got a gooder.
Yeah.
And that's a good one.
Fish, people.
That's a holy jumping tuna fish. And that's the one we're going to end on, because that's lovely.
We do have one more little thing to mention, though. Okay. And this does have to do with body language, because we actually get to be in person, in body with people.
Oh, the 5-day.
We have an upcoming hands-on, in person. I keep saying it wrong, doggone it. In person course coming up in August. So for all of you guys who have ever asked out there, when are you guys going to be doing full in person again? This is it, people.
Only one this year.
That's it. So make sure you're checking out the website, equineconnection.ca. There's a bunch of information on there, or feel free to throw comments in the comments. I had one profound moment, and now it's gone. That's all that happens.
That's all we all get
one
today.
Profound one,
but it was a good one.
It was a goodie.
Yes.
Yeah. So throw it in the comments. So if you do any questions, I'm happy to send you off some info on that too.
I love that. And I like Ayla's last. That's a good one too.
Yeah. Oh, and things are moving. Okay. So Lisa, she loves that. With a mom helping empower him with his own thoughts versus telling your own thoughts. So true. And Ayla says, yes, I've always had to take a deep breath when I go out to catch my ponies. Good call on that.
True, right
Center.
here.
And Sean, welcome, Sean. So very important body languages. It's huge.
Huge.
Rhonda, hands on is the bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, she didn't say the bomb. I did. Is the bomb is what she said.
Oh.
I made it gangster. The bomb.
The bomb it is.
Yeah.
Have an amazing week, everyone. Use that body language. Be present and understanding anything you're going towards another living being. Think of what is your body actually saying before it even reaches that person. I love that.
Absolutely.
Beautiful way.
And Claudette, great to see you too. Have a wonderful week, everybody. We'll see you guys
Bye,
next
everyone.
week.